Hello everyone, welcome to Exam Mein Dosti YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn about formation of Andhra Pradesh. Introduction. Before we find out how the present Andhra Pradesh state came into being on November 1, 1956, we have to turn the pages of history a little to go back, find the situation about this region prior to the independence of India from the shackles of the British rule in 1947. The three regions of coastal Andhra, the Rayalaseema area and the Telangana regions were not the parts of Andhra Pradesh until November 1, 1956. Before independence, the regions of coastal Andhra and the Rayalaseema areas were part of the Madras Presidency, which was province of the British India then. The Telangana region was a part of the independent native state ruled by the Nizam of Hyderabad under British protection. 1756, coastal Andhra Pradesh and Rayalaseema regions came under the control of the British. British merged both these regions in erstwhile Madras Presidency, but the Tamil dominance over centuries restricted the growth of Andhra people in Madras Presidency. Andhra people were deprived culturally, socially, economically for over 2 centuries in Madras Presidency. Even British administration preferred Tamil over Telugu for various reasons. Though the share of Telugu people in Madras population is about 40%, the share of Andhra people in convenient jobs was merely 7%. The degree of exclusion and deprivation grew over time, and Andhra people of then Madras Presidency thought that the only solution for this growing problem was a separate state for Telugu people. The idea of separating coastal Andhra Pradesh and Rayalaseema regions from the Madras province and establish a new separate Andhra state was emerged in the early decades of 20th century. Andhra Mahasabha. Prominent leaders from coastal Andhra Pradesh and Rayalaseema regions started an organization named Andhra Mahasabha in 1913 on the similar lines of Indian National Congress. This organization worked relentlessly for over 4 decades for a separate Andhra state. Andhra Mahasabha had conducted annual conferences between 1913 to 1941 for effective political mobilization of Andhra people. It helped the demand of separate Andhra state to penetrate among masses and stay alive over a period of time. The leaders of Andhra Mahasabha had written multiple letters to the British officials along with the Crown for the creation of separate state. They placed their demands before Montagu in 1917 and Simon Commission in 1927 and before the Cripps Mission in 1942. Despite these constant efforts by the leaders of Andhra Mahasabha, the British never considered this demand of creating a new state. Establishment of Andhra University. As the fight for the separate state is reviving day after day, then British government established Andhra University on 26th April 1926 in Vijayawada to specify Andhra people, but the AU was later shifted to Visakhapatnam in 1930. The first VC of AU, Sir C.R. Reddy, second VC of AU, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishna. The establishment of AU in coastal Andhra regions was perceived by Rayalaseema leaders as an instrument of dominance by coastal Andhra people. For the first time, controversy over the headquarters of Andhra University had created the differences between the people of Rayalaseema and coastal Andhra. Then leaders of Rayalaseema decided to leave Andhra Mahasabha and they started a new organization, Rayalaseema Mahasabha. This lack of unity among Andhra and Rayalaseema leaders further diluted the demand of separate state. Rayalaseema Mahasabha. Formed in 1934 by justices like C.L. Narasimha Reddy and K. Subramaniam to safeguard the interest of Rayalaseema and stay within Madras University jurisdictions. The first session of Rayalaseema Mahasabha was held at Madras on 28 January 1934. It was presided over by Nemali Pattabhiramam Rao and of Chuddappa. The conference opposed the attempts made by the Congress legislatures of the coastal districts to extend the jurisdiction of Andhra University over Rayalaseema. Sri Bhag Pact. On 16th November 1934, the leaders of both the regions sat for an agreement in Sri Bhag. The house of Kashinathuni Nageshwar Rao, a well-known media owner, founder of Andhra Patrika and of Amrutanjan. The committee discussed on the conditions to be fulfilled if Rayalaseema should cooperate with the coastal districts in the demand for an Andhra province. This agreement came to be known as the Sri Bhag Pact or Sri Bhag Agreement. Leaders of particular region were Koti Reddy Gari, Koti Reddy, Kadapa district, Kalluri Subbarao, Anantapur district, Subbarami Reddy, Nelluru district, Bogaraju Pattabi Sitaramaya, Krishna district, Konda Venkatappaya, Gunturu district, Pappuri Ramacharyulu, Anantapur district, R. Venkatappa Naidu, Nelluru district, H. Sitarama Reddy, Karnoolu district. This was an agreement for the development of Rayalaseema region as per with coastal areas and to bring in conscience among all the regions before formation of Andhra province. The main points of the pact were university. The two university centers are to be developed under the Andhra University, one at Vizag and another at Anantapur, so as to distribute the centers of culture over the Andhra province and create opportunities for social and cultural intercourse amongst the Andhras and locate colleges in areas favorable to the subjects dealt with. Irrigation. The rapid development of the agricultural and economical interest of Rayalaseema and Nelluru shall be done to the level of those in the coastal districts. In the respect of the utilization of the waters of Tungabhadra, Krishna and Penneru, 10-year exclusive attention shall be given to the respect of major projects beneficial to Rayalaseema. Whenever the question of sharing waters arise, the needs of Rayalaseema are to be first met. Legislature. That in the matter of general seats in the legislature, the distribution shall be generally on an equal district basis. Decentralization. The location of the university, the headquarters and the high court shall be in different regions. While the university may continue to be where it is, the high court and metropolis are to be located in the suitable places in the coastal districts and Rayalaseema, and the choice shall be given to Rayalaseema. It shall, however, be open to vary these terms by common consent. Result. At last, the Rayalaseema joined in the Andhra University. A memorandum was submitted to the Assembly of Madras regarding the separate Andhra province and was forwarded the Government of India on 21st April 1938. The Secretary of State for India declared that the government was not interested to create any new state. Dhar Commission. Right after India's independence, there has been a demand from different regions, particularly South India, for the reorganization of states on a linguistic basis. Accordingly, in June 1948, to recommend whether the state can be reorganized on a linguistic basis, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the President of the Constituent Assembly, set up the Linguistic Provinces Commission, Dhar Commission, to recommend whether the state should be recognized as a linguistic basis. S.K. Dhar, Judge Allahabad High Court was retired Judge Allahabad High Court was the chairman of the first linguistic provisions commission set up by the government of India in 1948. There is a three-member committee with the chairman S.K. Dhar and two other members, Jagat Narayan Lal, member in Constituent Assembly, and Dr. Panna Lal, retired ICS officer. The committee has submitted its report on 13th December 1948. The Dhar committee advocated for reorganization of states based on geographical contiguity, administrative conveniences, financial self-reliance, and potential for development instead of linguistic basis. The report submitted by Dhar Commission led to much resentment among the people. JVP Committee. The Dhar Commission report caused widespread dissatisfaction, promoting the Congress to appoint another linguistic provisions committee in December 1948, comprising of three members, Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, and Pattabhi Sitaramaiah, and thus popularly known as the JVP Committee. The committee rejected the linguistic factor of reorganization of the states. The committee reaffirmed the Dhar Commission's position in its report in 1949. The committee recommended the reorganization of states on the basis of security, unity, and economic prosperity of the nation. The committee also recommended that the creation of new provinces be delayed for a few years so that they could focus on their other important issues, not be distracted by this one. While the committee's report did not advocate for large-scale linguistic reorganization, it did make a special mention of Andhra. It recommended its creation, but on the condition that its protagonists abandon their claims to the city of Madras. Hunger strikes for the formation of separate Andhra state. Despite the recommendation by JVP committee, there was a long delay in the formation of Andhra state. Since there is no consensus reached between Andhra and Madras leaders over the distribution of assets and liabilities, two important people started hunger strike against this delay in the formation of Andhra state. Gollapudi Sitarama Sastri, 15th August 1951 to 19 September 1951, 31 days he fasted. Potti Sriramulu, 19th October 1952 to 15th December 1952, for 58 days at the residence of Bulsu Sambamurthy in Madras, he took hunger strike. The prolonged agitation and the death of the Potti Sriramulu, a Gandhian activist, triggered mass agitation by the people of Andhra. This forced them Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, to announce the formation of Andhra state on 19th December 1952 in Parliament. The central government constituted Justice Kailas Nath Vanshu Committee to demarcate the boundaries between Andhra state and Madras state. This committee recommended that Madras should continue as the capital of both states for the next 4 years. But then Chief Minister of Madras, C. Rajagopalachari, staunchly opposed this recommendation. After nearly 40 long years of intense agitations and people protests, Andhra state was formed on 1st October 1953 with Kurnool as its capital. Thus, Andhra state became the first state in independent India to be created on linguistic lines. As per the provisions of Sri Bagh Pact, capital city was formed in Rayalaseema region and the High Court was established at Guntur on 4th July 1954. Early leaders of Andhra state. Tanguturi Prakasham Pantulu, first CM of Andhra state. Kisan Mazdoor Praja Party. Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy, first Deputy Chief Minister. CM Trivedi, first Governor. N. Venkata Ramanayya, first Speaker. Pasala Surya Chandra Rao, Deputy Speaker. Koka Subba Rao, Chief Justice of Andhra High Court. Important note: Congress party was successful in passing no confidence motion against Tanguturi Prakasham Pantulu in 1954. That was followed by president rule in Andhra State. Congress party emerged victorious in 1955 general elections and formed a democratic government. Subsequently, Bejawada Gopal Reddy became CM and Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy continued as deputy CM.